Here on the Voice of Indiana County, WCCS AM 1160 and 101.1 FM, and our interview segments are brought to you, as always, by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And joining us on the phone, as he always does for our Friday segment, is Bob Pollock of the Cooperative Extension. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Josh. How are you today?
Well, doing fine. And we have open line if people want to call in and ask Bob some questions. We know that there's a lot of people out there who probably have a couple questions about the agriculture scene right now. So give us a call at 724-479-1160, and don't wait till the last minute on this one. You want to call in as soon as you can. So, Bob, with the holidays now with Christmas now just around the corner, we're past Thanksgiving, I was thinking, if I know somebody who's got a garden or if somebody is on the farm, what's the best thing that they might be looking for as far as a gift for the holidays?
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm throwing you a curveball. but it's
well, there's all kind of things. So you can go the whole tool route. So maybe somebody needs a new shovel. I know that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And it also requires work, but a lot of times gardeners don't see any of those activities as work. They like to do those things. Mm-hmm. So pruning tools and all those different various kind of tools, things that can make the job easier. So not only things that you can use with your hands to either work the soil or care for plants, but maybe even motorized things too.
Yeah,
could be options there that can help make things easier, or more ergonomic type tools that are easier to hold. So as we age, can become more difficult to grasp and hold on to tools. So that there's a lot of different tools now that have different types of handles that can make it easier to grip and to hold, and they conform to your hand better, that you can hold on to them, grip them better. So there's a whole line of things like that, routes that you can go that way.
Yeah, basically things that would make life a little bit easier, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and ask a question.
Okay, my question was, I just found this, actually, from a couple of days ago from Farm and Dairy website. It was talking about some recent, I guess, grants that were handed out to, or actually direct payments that were handed out to dairy farmers because of the COVID upheaval, the market upheaval. I guess, have you been hearing a lot of things about how farms are kind of suffering because of what's been going on with COVID-19?
It's been a rocky year for mostly everyone, mm-hmm. and to help try to keep things somewhat stable, there's been a number of programs. So not only we always separate agriculture out from the rest of the business world. Mm-hmm. Not always sure that's the best thing to do, but that's the way it's been done and continues to be done. We treat those different sectors differently, even though they're businesses. So there's been opportunities for all types of businesses to try to recover some of those losses, to help minimize the blow from loans to actually gifts, in a sense, of funding or low-interest loans. So there's been a number of programs, the PPP and things like that are out there and have been utilized both by the normal business sector as well as the agriculture sector. Mm-hmm. And so what you were reading about there is one of those programs that they developed to help lessen the severity for the dairy producers.
That is that is a big amount, $7.6 million. This is the Dairy Indemnity Program from the Federal CARES Act. All right, we do have a caller on the line, Bob, so let's go ahead and bring them in. Hello, caller. What's your name?
Mary Jane.
Hi, Mary Jane. You're on with Bob Pollock. What's your question?
I was reading online They said to put orange peels under your tree to keep the cats from it. Is that true?
So we're talking about like a Christmas tree, huh?
Yes.
Okay, Bob, what's your answer?
I have not heard of that one. So I guess they're using that, we're thinking that that will work as a repellent.
Yes.
And I've actually not heard or seen any data that shows that putting peels under there will repel them. And I don't normally remember hearing that just in normal purposes of trying to repel cats. So I'm not sure that you can try it. It's not, you can eat the orange and then you have the peels to try and see if that scent will kind of keep them away. You may have to use something else. That can be a challenge because if there's ornaments on there, they might come and try to play with those and knock them down. I think cats have been known to try to climb up in the tree too, to hang out. So even having a little bit of that can be difficult to keep a cat away, even with presents under the tree and things like that. They can still be curious enough to go after that.
Well, I'll tell you what, ma'am, if you try it, let us know. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your call.
Thanks. Bye.
Goodbye. All right. But you know something, Bob? You're actually right, because living with my mom and dad, who have had 2 cats for the longest time, yes, they do try to wreak havoc, even on a fake tree.
Oh, right. Because it can be just a place to go hide, something to climb into, something to, if they have their claws, to scratch on. So, yeah, it can be, and they can just be sniffing smells there from the outdoors that may or may not be familiar to them. And so they're just curious and checking that out.
I always figured because of the fact that they don't see it every day, it's not a common thing for them to see a Christmas tree or Christmas tree ornaments, so they're probably just curious, if anything at all.
Yes.
All right.
That's right.
I wanted to head back, though, to the COVID-19 discussion that we were having a little bit ago. I wanted to ask what the cooperative extension has been doing to help out local farmers during this time.
There's been a number of things over the past month since March, and it's been a variety of things, from helping people understand some of those programs that did come out that people had the option to participate in, whether they were a loan program or whether they were other types of funding sources and options. So depending on the sector of agriculture, there's been a lot of webinars and webinar-type meetings where they were meant to inform and help people look at and understand some of these various different programs. There's been a number of things related to food safety and health, human health, especially related to any kind of farming operation that has the public coming. So if they have a farm market at their farm or they go to farmers markets, there was a whole series of and they were webinars, but they were live, and they were more of a discussion session. So for market managers, for example, that manage farmers markets, there was a whole series for them where they could get on once a week, once every couple of weeks, and they could kind of chat with other market folks, and some of the markets, even in other states, that start earlier than some of the ones in Pennsylvania. There were people on there, and they would talk about what they were doing to prepare at the time.
Yeah.
And so this has just been a continually evolving situation. So there was a whole series related to that. And then you get into, you've got your workers there. So how do we, what are the precautions that we can take to help minimize exposure to the workers as well as to the public that may be coming in contact with them. So there's been a number of things like that.
Yeah, it sounds like the cooperative extension, much like everybody else, has been evolving as this pandemic has continued. But they're still trying to help out the farmers and everybody else that needs their services the best they can.
That's right.
All right, Bob, we're just about out of time, but I do want to thank you very much for joining us. How was your Thanksgiving, by the way?
It was good. It was a little different, but it was good.
Yeah, a little different on my end, too, but I think everybody's was a little different. Bob,
that's right.
I wish you nothing but the best. If I don't get to talk to you before then, you have a wonderful holiday season, okay?
All right. You as well.
Thanks, Bob. Bob Pollock.
You're welcome.
Bob Pollock of Indiana's County Cooperative Extension joining us this morning here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Our interviews presented by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people.